Zoe Wicks, Toomey Schreiber Property Group. Welcome to my October property update. So last month we sold a total of 44 properties to the value of 25.5 million. Average days on market is still 10.94, so we're averaging around 11-12 days still. The current market is still very buoyant with many frustrated buyers that have been looking for a long time and they can't find what they're looking for. So now is a great time to be selling. The weather is incredible, your property looks beautiful in this glorious weather, and people are on a mission to buy and settle before Christmas. There is only about 7.5 weeks before Christmas holidays and business close for the festive season. If you put your property on the market now, it takes about 3 to 7 days to prepare photos and to market the property. Then you're live on the internet. Days on market is about 11 days, so now we're at about 2.5 weeks. A contract is 4 weeks, so that's about 7.5 weeks. It can be done. It can also be done in a shorter period if it is a cash unconditional contract. Currently, there is a shortage of properties for sale. It is better to sell in isolation than in competition when many properties will be launched for sale in January. So if you have a choice to sell now rather than January, sell now is my advice. Interestingly, the views on realestate.com.au are actually higher during the Christmas period. Why is that? People have time off work, are sitting around, have time to breathe, think, process, talk to friends and family, and maybe a little boredom. One of my biggest sales was on Christmas Eve from a southern buyer, an investor who was coming up to Cairns to visit family over the Christmas break. Interest rate rises. So future interest rate hikes can't be ruled out. The conflict in the Middle East may lead to higher oil prices and therefore higher petrol prices and higher inflation. In the RBA's cash rate meeting earlier this month, board members noted that some further tightening of policy, which means interest rate rises, may be required should inflation prove more persistent than expected, according to these meeting minutes. So what does that mean for property owners? If you haven't already considered refinancing, now may be the time to do that. Also consider selling and downsizing to a smaller mortgage if the interest rates are hurting you. From a buyer's perspective, don't wait. I've been speaking to many buyers who've been waiting and waiting for the prices to drop, and they're just not dropping, and they just keep going up, and it's almost like they've missed the boat. So don't wait, get in there, get a foot in the door. Even if it's not the perfect property, as long as it ticks most of the boxes, you can then work with the rest. So a lot of the time I find buyers are shying away from doing what I think is very cosmetic works like paint and a little bit of improvements. You can't change design. Design is very difficult to change. But doing those cosmetic changes can make a huge difference, and they don't have to cost a lot. And you can actually do a lot of that yourself if you've got a bit of energy and a bit of time and motivation. A little case study here. So Unit 6133 Collins Avenue, Edge Hill. That's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, first floor unit with a pool, secure parking, 93 square metre unit. So preparations to sell that property were to paint the internal walls white, so new carpets, white bright globes, declutter and depersonalise, new curtains, and the owner did their own staging and styling. Made a huge difference. So sold in 8 days with 2 open homes, 2 private inspection and 19 buyers through. So more buyers want to buy in this awesome complex right opposite Noah. If you have a unit in the complex or in the street, please call me. We'd love to have a chat with you. Exciting news, so I'll be the sole agent of a new 22-unit development in Innisfail. It's been a number of years since Innisfail has had a unit development, so I'm super excited to be working on this project with the developers. Watch this space. Other exciting news, I'm auctioning a very unique property, dynamic property at 40 O'Keefe Street, Cairns North on the 16th of November at 5:30 p.m. on site. This property is a high-set Queenslander that has been built in underneath, where the owner has lived and operated their successful business for over 19 years. The home offers versatility at an awesome location near the Esplanade Airport and commercial hub. Now in Queensland, legislation prohibits agents to talk price or give any price guides. In other states in Australia, it can be done, but not in Queensland. So with an auction, you can buy in one of 3 ways. You can buy before the auction, on auction day, or after the auction. So the benefits with selling by auction is It promotes a cash unconditional contract. It's a done deal. The benefits of buying at auction is it's transparent. So for example, we had an auction recently where we had 5 registered bidders. All buyers were bidding and it was all transparent. So if that was a private treaty or normal sale, it would be a multiple offer situation where no buyer knows what the other buyer has offered or where their offer stands. So the main difference is the buyer has to do their due diligence before the auction, and the building and pest is usually provided by the seller. Whereas with a normal sale or private treaty, the due diligence is done after the contract is signed. So with an auction, the valuation can be done by the buyer's mortgage broker or the buyer's bank. So you don't need to be scared of auction. If you need conditions, you can make an offer prior to auction. So my predictions. Prices will continue to perform well over the next month as stock levels are low and demand is high. Renovated low-set homes in the inner city circle, being Cairns North, Parramatta Park, Bungalow, Westcourt, will perform exceptionally well if they are modern and secure, as well as we have an ageing population driving this demand. Ground floor units or villas, half duplexes will continue to perform very well for the same reasons. Dual living, dual occupancy, for example, Queenslanders that have been built in underneath will continue to be in good demand as people look for income generating options. As always, family homes, particularly in the $450 to $750 price range, are always hot property. So if you're thinking of selling, please reach out, Zoe Wicks at Termy Schreiber Property Group. Thank you.